now being reinvented once more, this time for the PS2. This is WWF Smackdown Just Bring It, the fastest wrestling sim currently available. Including an up-to-date lineup of 35 Federation superstars, it features a new user-friendly wrestling system. The problem with previous titles was poor gameplay due to slow, unresponsive controls and limited attacks. This PS2 version is faster and also has a host of weapons, grappling maneuvers and signature moves available to the player. But it's not only men in trunks getting in on the action, the ladies of WWF also feature. As well as spicing up the story mode, they're also lethal in the ring, capable of using any method available to pulverize the opposition. There are now 8 modes of play with 30 new match types. These will take you from the ring to mapped backstage environments, including hallways, parking lots and offices, where you can brawl behind the scenes and take out your frustrations on the referees. With its kitsch storylines and frantic new 6-man tag tournaments, this is a hugely enjoyable title. The levels are also much more interactive, with players now able to take their disagreements all the way to the cardboard crowd. There's an array of weird and wonderful moves, a huge selection of arenas and a full Creator-Wrestler mode where you can even adjust personality. WWF Smackdown is now ready to become the benchmark for future wrestling titles. Now it's time for Cybernet's Top 10 games for the PS1. Re-entering the chart in 10th position is the classic Final Fantasy IX. Another re-entry accelerating off the grid into 9th place in the chart is Gran Turismo 2. The best football game ever? Possibly. In 8th position, it's ISS Pro Evolution 2. Racing past at number 7 is Ralph Wolf in Sheep, Dog and Wolf. Look what happens when you try to outrun Roadrunner. At number 6, you too can train your very own monster and get sucked into Digimon World. 5th place in the PS1 chart gives you the chance to drive fast legally with the world's scariest police chases. If you've ever been inspired to join the Mutant Academy, then you can now live out your fantasies. In 4th place, X-Men Mutant Academy 2. At number 3, still proving popular with PS1 gamers, is the opportunity to fight with Springfield's finest in Simpsons Wrestling. Ice-cold television host Ann Robinson arrives on the PS1 with this adaptation of her show, The Weakest Link. This week's number 1 game, it's Michael and the Boys from The Italian Job. The title in Electronic Arts' series of extreme sports games is going to be the Snow Racer Sledstorm 2. This speed fest will feature non-linear tracks where players can find their own way to the finish line and the ability to perform stunts for extra points. The GameCube may already be available, but Nintendo's still churning out more N64 titles. Mario Party 3 is the latest in the series of party games where players race each other across a game board, playing mini-games and collecting stars. Despite fears that the next PlayStation Spider-Man adventure would be canned, it looks likely that the game will swing in before the end of the year. Certain scenes are being reworked with some new bosses and villains. Superheroes are also making their way to the Game Boy Advance in X-Men Reign of Apocalypse. The game is a side-scrolling combat quest where the 4 X-Men must use their unique superpowers to stop an evil genius. The graphics are good, and if you enjoy games like Final Fight, this could be just the thing for you. Owners of original Game Boy Colors don't have to feel left out either, as the latest Pokemon adventure is just around the corner. Pokemon Crystal is an enhanced version of the Gold and Silver games, but with the option to choose between male and female trainers. Waste no time, put your foot flat on the floor and prepare to accelerate into action. This is the highly anticipated Burnout on the PS2. The aim of this game is to go as fast as you possibly can, be as reckless as you possibly can, and savor the sheer excitement of the crashes you're bound to endure along the way. And boy, the designers have sure made this their speciality. You'll feel the full impact of each collision, and they sport some fairly realistic physics, so buckle up. Also, a wide variety of camera angles will be used after a smash, so you can inspect the damage to your vehicle to your heart's content. Hope you've got good insurance. So what can you expect apart from some seriously bent metal? Well, this title gives the player the immense sensation of travelling at incredible speeds. And the inspiration for this game has been taken from some of the most memorable car chases appearing in action films, so expectations are high. We've loved playing Burnout, and in fact it could prove to be one of the best racing titles of the year. You'll be darting through populated city streets and along major highways, but with the sensation of going round a track. The graphics are pretty impressive. The only downside's that the environments are a bit repetitive. But if you're concentrating on where you're going, there'll be no time for gazing out of the window. Never before have gamers looked forward to the release of a new console with quite the anticipation that the Xbox is creating. And it's no wonder, as spokespeople have been whetting our appetites for what seems like an eternity.
250 million polygons per second.
But enough about polygons and frames per second. We want to see the games we'll be playing when the machine finally arrives. We've shown you previews of a few Xbox titles already, but as an exclusive preview in France, Cybernet got its best chance yet to examine the mysterious black box and listen to some slick industry patter.
And it's really incredible times that we're living in. I mean, software and entertainment are coming together to make something new, interactive entertainment.
And the Xbox promises to be the best interactive entertainment around. That's good news for gamers, but the machine is also invaluable to game designers, as they now have some incredible processing power at their fingertips.
That's why people like me who make games are so excited about the Xbox, because it's the most powerful tool we've ever had for creating the feelings that we want to create in the audience that we have.
And this is aided by the Xbox's Dolby surround sound. This will allow you to hear enemies and explosions like never before.
We can put the player now in worlds that are incredibly real looking. So there's just this total suspension of disbelief where they feel like you're really there.
And with the Xbox's sophisticated hard disk, players will be able to explore expansive surroundings. This will mean an end to invisible barriers where worlds suddenly end, and should limit the amount of annoying load screens. So what new games can we look forward to? Well, these are new scenes from the eagerly awaited Halo. You must uncover Halo's secrets and destroy mankind's enemy, the Covenant. Sounds grim, but with an incredible in-depth storyline, this is shaping up to be a winner. And of course, Munch's Odyssey will find its way onto the Xbox. Here you'll be able to play as a team using Munch and Abe together to find your way around Oddworld. Sounds difficult, but you're aided by their telepathic powers. Handy. The omnipresent Dave Mirra also has a game lined up for the Xbox. This time, however, you'll be able to create your own detailed BMX park in addition to 8 enormous circuits. And lastly, a game that caught our eye was the super-looking Gunmetal. This game prides itself on destructible environments. If you should be so inclined, you can blow up rocks or even set fire to forests. Nice. The Xbox promises to be a revolutionary machine, and if the hype is to be believed, it'll change the way we perceive video games. When it arrives, you can be sure that Cybernet will be there to give you the lowdown. That's it for this show, but Cybernet will be back with even more fantastic games and features from around the world soon. Don't